For more on the outlook for gold, Blackstone Minerals Managing Director Scott Williamson joins us live from Perth this afternoon. Scott, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Just starting off with gold prices, we know that they're sort of tracking around these sort of 6-month highs. I guess the concerns about a global economic slowdown have gripped markets recently, and that's seen this move into some of those safe haven assets. Do you sort of get the sense that gold prices have been behaving as you would have expected during this period of increased volatility?
Yeah, thanks, Leanne. Thanks for having me. Yeah, we think this is as expected. Obviously, the safe haven demand it has sort of caused this recent increase. I think also the change in sort of more dovish tone from the Fed in the last meeting, and I think this potential reversal of the interest rate strategy from the Fed may also be the reason for this current sort of increase in the gold price. So yeah, this is as expected. The Australian dollar gold all-time new highs. So it's always good to wake up in the Christmas New Year period and see all-time highs on the Australian dollar, because that really drives the sentiment for the whole resources space and particularly small explorers like Blackstone Minerals. Yeah,
I want to ask you about some of your projects that you have ongoing at the moment. I'll ask you that in just a minute, but just the outlook for 2019 with some of these factors at play. As you say, I mean, currency is playing a large part of what's going on with gold prices, but then you have the US Fed, the slowdown in China. How do you think gold trades? What do you think the demand for gold will be like as we head into, well, we're certainly in the early part of 2019, but as we head through this year?
Yeah, we don't see this current demand or increase in gold prices subsiding anytime soon. I think what we'll see is we'll continue to see a reversal of the interest rate policies. So yeah, with this will play out over the next 12 months, and we think and this will push the US dollar gold price to new highs as well. So it's yeah, it is definitely something that will play out over the next 12 months, and we think this change in interest rate policy will affect all commodities, and gold is leading the charge.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's talk a bit more about some of your projects. So the MD of Blackstone Minerals, I note that it listed or had its IPO back in January of 2017, so about 2 years ago. Some of your projects here in Australia, we might start off with, I think you've got multiple gold and nickel projects in, you know, some of the parts of WA. So tell us a little bit more about those projects that you have in that part of the world.
Yeah, so we listed on our West Australian assets, and particularly our nickel and gold near Kalgoorlie. So we have nickel sulphide targets, as well as some very strong gold targets near Kalgoorlie. So we're near the Northern Star's Kanowna Belle mine. So we're similar geology to that mine, but also to the Silver Swan mine, which is to the north of us. So yeah, we've got some potential there for nickel and gold. And then soon after the IPO, we went and we found a very exciting cobalt project in British Columbia in Canada. So we have exposure to the key battery metals of nickel and cobalt, as well as some very good gold targets, which are also very exciting, and we'll be testing in the next few months as well.
Cobalt, an interesting one. We don't often talk about that as a commodity, but when you consider the demand for the use of, say, those lithium-ion batteries, what is the outlook for cobalt?
Yeah, so cobalt's an interesting one because the supply is dominated through the Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is not the most stable of jurisdictions. So we've seen a lot of demand and increase in awareness of the fact that the supply there is very unstable. So we've recently been visiting Korea a number of times in the last 6 months, and we see a very large, almost a tsunami of demand coming for cobalt and also nickel through the lithium-ion battery and electric vehicle revolution. So we're very focused on the key ingredients to that battery chemistry, which is cobalt and nickel. So yeah, that's why we're focused on cobalt, and we're focused on a first world jurisdiction in British Columbia, Canada.
All right, fantastic. Sounds like you've got some pretty interesting and exciting projects ongoing at the moment. Scott, we'll have to wrap it up there, but really appreciate your time with us this afternoon. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks, Diane.
Scott Williamson there from Blackstone Limited.